Glorious day to you, my friends. Kyokotohoro uto tukatata atitiariata hanata. Welcome to Shine Stargate Heart. Illuminate your natural essence. Kiatoto to uho to urhatata, where we are, yes, where we are exploring our inner being. Ni uruto utura shahyakatata. We're spending time with our true nature, our true authentic self. Ni akaturioto, our holy fire within. And a byproduct of this time is it might share things with us. We are doing this by using the magical chant Om Mani Padme Hum. Check the description below on some of the breakdown of it. We broke down Om Mani Padme Hum a couple days ago, Utturya Ashkananata, with yet another meaning to it. And yesterday, channeled a whole bunch of need to kurutu utur about it. And we're using the Mala of Joy. We're chanting Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times using the Mala of Joy. In this Mala of Joy, we are breaking up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12, where each of the 9 groups represents one of the chakras in our Merkaba, our light body, our ascension vehicle, our chariot, this vehicle by which we go places through our Stargate, in our heart. As we go and we explore any aspect of this Purusha, this all-pervading consciousness. Currently, we're exploring this one continuous stream of this idea of a life. I'm exploring Will Mitchell. You are exploring your name here. So these 9 groups, these 9 chakras, 7 in our body, 2 in our auric field. At the bottom of our Merkaba is Vasundhara, the Earth Star Chakra, Nyakahasuto Uryuto. Then Muladhara, our root chakra. Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra. Manipura, our solar plexus chakra. Anahata, our heart chakra. Vishuddha, our throat chakra. Ajna, or Agnya, our third eye chakra. Sahasrara, our crown chakra. And at the top of our Merkaba, in our auric field, is Vyapini, the soul star chakra. And in each of these chakras, there are 12 seeds. We're breaking up these 12 seeds into 4 groups of 3. And this is modeled after Samavriti Pranayama, Akaturo, box breath. Okay, 4 groups of 3, where the first group, we're breathing in. We're breathing in the energies of the chakra. Then the next group, we are holding our breath with a full set of air in the lungs. We are seeing what this energy means to us. We are playing with it. We are exploring it. We are exciting it. And we are igniting this energy. Now on the out breath, we are letting go and allowing our inner being to shine this energy out to the universe, to every aspect of our awareness. And this idea that we have built up and excited inside this holding of the breath is now being radiated outward. Our inner being has a say in it as well. It's not just our conscious mind, because we're listening to our inner being while we're holding our breath, while we're excited about the energy, and we're allowing it to play out. We're allowing those messages from spirit, our inner being, and our conscious mind to come together, to formulate new belief systems in the new you. Utura atakatarahataka. Now, here we go then with the last group is we're holding our breath. We're done breathing out. This is where we are today. We're in day number 10 of Svadhisthana, the crown chakra. We are now embodying the energy. We're being present. That's really all this aspect is we're being present. We're doing nothing. We're stilling the mind so much that there's nothing to do, there's nothing to think about. We're just being present. It's the stillness, nirota otora. And by doing that, by being still and calm and peaceful and not thinking, we are embodying the energy. We're embodying the energy of the righteous ruler of our reality. For 3 days, for this entire group, or a count of 3, or for 3 seeds, we're just chanting. That's really all we're doing, is we're chanting and we're breathing and letting our inner being doing the embodiment phase. Tuturu utara takaya ta'ataraha. One minor little correction from yesterday and any other time. Ishvara niaraska hasotoro otokurto. This supreme being, in the link about Aum, Yoga Sutra 1.23, Ishvara Pranidanava Iskotora Atakaryartaha. I translated Ishvara as the supreme being, just taking there. It means so much more, though, okay? Because this idea of a supreme being, most of us are creating this separation between us and this supreme being. Although I pointed inwards and says that it's your true authentic self, it is your holy fire, still there's this aspect of separation to it. And Yoga Sutra 1.3 is that you're sitting in your true nature. Okay, you're owning it. Okay, that's the aspect of it. And now Isha or Ish is I'm capable. I can attain. It's the ready action. I can do whatever I set my mind to, is what's really implied by it. I'm a capable being. My supreme being inside, my true nature, my holy fire within, my source within, as Abraham Hicks talks about it, is capable of anything. When we kick off the divine flow and we go into the highest source of consciousness, it's the home of the holy fire, where there is no ego, where there is no judgment, there is only holy fire and unconditional love, and any other name of God that you want to call it. Peace, compassion, loving kindness, joy, harmony are all names of God and all names of your true name, your inner being, your true nature. You, they're names of you. Ishvara Vara is the abundance. Well, we broke it down, Va and Ra, the essence of your light and your fire. Okay, cool. But I'm capable of shining my light. That's what this whole series is about, shining your inner being and allowing it to shine by doing nothing, by chanting and breathing, which is just occupying our mind. And our inner being is doing all the rest of the work. Our true nature is doing all the rest of the work. Water is life, my friends. In this abundant flow. So we're in the embodiment phase of Sahasrara, the crown chakra, where when we were up here and we were exciting the energies, we were exploring the ideas of what kind of ruler do we want to be, what kind of kingdom, domain, what kind of domain do we want to rule over? Now, ruling over, see, that's what Ishvara means also, is we're the ruler, we're the benevolent ruler, we're the ruler of abundance, we're the ruler of, and we're sharing this with all of our constituents, with all of our citizens, with all of our members of our set, of our domain. And are we creating just to satisfy our ego, or are we creating for every citizen in our awareness? Good question. Okay? Maybe we answered that. Maybe we asked that. Maybe we didn't ask that. But that's all okay. We're in the embodiment phase. We're embodying both our throne, our crown, our rulership, our righteous rulership, our Ishvara. We're also embodying our awareness. Ishvara is the conscious act of choosing to align. It's the conscious act of choosing abundance. It's the intention to choose abundance as well. It's the intention to align with our inner being, with our source within. And sometimes this is, a hard thing to grasp. And Abraham Hicks talks about joy. Align with your joy. If it makes you happy, if it brings out your joy, do it. Simple. Abraham Hicks also talks about self-soothing. When the contrast happens and we get an emotional response from it, so the law of attraction is that what we send out to the universe is what we get back. It's as simple as that. We are always 100% successful. What we think about and what our inner being is doing, they get modulated together and they get sent to the universe. Okay? If there is a contrast between what we're trying to do and what our inner being is trying to do, we're going to experience this contrast. We're going to because of our mind, because we're not aligned. That's an idea of separation, okay? So, and it seems like we're trying to blame our inner being for not being on the same page as us. But we want what we want. And Abraham Hicks talks about when we will always get back what we put out. So if we put out frustration, we're going to get back frustration. If we put out anger, if we go to pick a fight, guess what? We're going to get in a fight. That's as simple as that. And if we're experiencing road rage, guess what? We're going to upset other people. So we're manifesting this frustration and all this contrast. And sometimes we claim that it happens to us. Oh, that happened to me. That's not my fault. Oh, that's the universe's fault. Oh, and we complain and we complain and we complain. That's not getting back to the new now. That's not resetting into the now. That's not what we're doing with our breath during this chant. What we're doing is we're being easy on ourselves. And we just pick it up with the next one. We let it go, which is the breath out, the parasympathetic nervous system. It's relax, it's rest, it's let go, it's surrender. Surrender is a big word, but we're giving it to the universe to do. We're giving it to our inner being to do. We're giving it to our true nature. A real you. So this contrast, Abraham Hicks talks about when you experience contrast, simply just go back to your joy. And when we manifest, Abraham Hicks talks about our pile of magic wands. And our only job after we tell the universe what we want is to become a vibrational match to it. In other words, do nothing and be at peace, and we will become a vibrational match to it. Now, this vibrational match, their mechanism, Abraham Hicks, is to align with your joy, the things that make you happy. Now, the self-soothing aspect is when we get overwhelmed with emotion, we want to do something that makes us happy. Totally cool. Sometimes we do healthy things like go watch a movie or go call a friend and spend some time with friends, or maybe if you're into fitness, you're running or doing yoga or playing basketball or whatever it is that you do. Maybe you go sailing. Who knows what brings out your joy? Some people experience psychedelics, and some people turn to alcohol or harder drugs. Now, the self-soothing, we're bringing it up only because there's the temporary self-soothing that we're trying to just get by to get back into a better state, which is similar to Abraham Hicks talking about, well, if you can't master abundance, let's master satisfaction. Can we be satisfied with our result? Can we be happy enough? Can we be okay with it, the way it turned out? And that's the first step, is that we're being okay with it. We're changing our mind, we're changing our belief systems, we're changing our alignment. We're gently tuning our vibration. Everybody's in a different place, everybody's in a different mindset, everybody is living their life as they see fit. And so are we. So that's one of the aspects. And then how can we, in our choices, on our conscious choices of self-soothing, if we know that it's a temporary fix, okay, can we come up with a better fix? Can we come up with an even better fix? Can we actually, that's what this whole series is about, is can we get to the place where our Anandamaya Kosha is, our bliss within, this supreme bliss? Can we get to that place? And notice how I'm saying, can we get to it? That's creating this idea of separation. Can we get to this place of abundant bliss, abundant satisfaction? That's what gently tuning our vibration is all about. We're not buying into this idea of separation. We're not even going to think about unity or separation. We're going to think about happy, we're going to think about joy, we're going to think about gratitude, we're going to think about satisfaction. And if we think about those things, the byproduct is alignment. The byproduct is spending time closer to our true nature. And we're doing this both consciously and unconsciously, whether we're meditating or we're exercising or we're doing something that brings out our joy. That's us getting closer to our inner being. Don't you feel really good when you're hanging with a friend and you're just laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing and snorting and almost to the point where milk is coming out of your nose is the phrase or the state. And those types of things, you can't make that up. You can't plan for any of those things because these things are happening spontaneously, and they're happening because you're enjoying the other person's company. And this natural process of spending time with our friends, what we're doing with this Shine series is making friends with our inner being. We're shedding the fears of meditation. We're shedding the expectations of meditation, because having any expectations on meditation is counterproductive. That's a trying to meditate. And with the advice of just pick it up with the next one, the byproduct of focusing on the chant, focusing on our breath, is that we are occupying our mind and we're singly focused. We're singly focused on the breath and the chant, and our inner being just so happens to show itself when we calm the mind and when we focus the mind. We become the object of our focus and observation, or we become what we are present with. We become what we are present with. Thank you. I was wondering when we were going to get back to embodiment and presence. And the way it was initially described to me by my people was that during the breath in, we're breathing it in, we're starting to get excited. We're inviting everybody to our party. And we're welcoming people, and once everybody's in, we're done with the breath in, we close the door. We introduce people around, and there's food, there's drink, there may be even music. Things start to get exciting. People start talking about interesting things, and maybe you're one of those social butterflies that flits around the room and communicates with a whole bunch of people. Maybe you're one of those people that is the center of the conversation. It does not matter. But then it gets exciting. And then maybe you start to dance. Somebody starts putting on music that everybody's grooving to, and then the dancing happens. And then we get to the point where somebody really wants to turn up the volume, and maybe if it's nice outside, that the windows start to open up, and this party starts radiating outwards. Okay? And then the neighbors hear the music. Either the neighbors come over, and maybe they knock on the door, and then some of the party members go and they start dancing out in the yard, and then maybe they start dancing over at the neighbor's yard, and then more and more people start coming to the party because we're radiating this music and energy outward. It's a two-way street. And now, in this embodiment phase, okay, and if our party's really good, guess what? Somebody's going to call the cops, and the cops are going to come over, and guess what? Your party's so awesome that the cops now have some food and maybe start dancing. They don't cause a problem because you're radiating awesomeness from your inner being, the true essence of the party of who you are. And then this analogy of the embodiment phase is that, okay, people started getting tired and people started leaving, and you make some good friends, or you're hanging with your good friends. The music's really down low. You're getting to this low energy state. And this is where it goes, oh, I love you, man. I love you, man. You are the best. It's that stage. It's that, like, we're cool. We know it. I understand this topic. I don't need to radiate it out anymore. We're embodying it. We're present with it. It's just shining out because we're present with it. Let's see if you notice. And we really don't care if they notice, because we're embodying it so much that it is the source of our pleasure. So we're not seeking any affirmation from anybody else. We're not seeking their approval. We're just being, and we know we're being. That's the best part about it. So with the idea of our righteous ruler and we're ruling over our domain, we're ruling over our choices, we're ruling over our conscious mind, we're ruling over the distractions, we're ruling over the emotional responses. We're ruling over all the blockages in all of the chakras, and we're not consciously focused on ruling over them because we're consciously ruling over and focused on the light side of it. What's the benefit of each of the chakras? The benefit of Muladhara is that we're filled with gratitude and we feel safe. And the benefit of Svadhisthana is that we are creative and we're nurtured by our own essence. And the benefit of Manipura is that we're inspired by our own inner being. We create our own inspiration. We create our own will. We decide and we get inspired and we do it. And the light side of Anahata is that we show our loving kindness, our loving compassion, our loving joy, and our loving harmony. We do this with our conscious mind and with our intuition, with the allowing of the universe to do their part, allowing of everyone to have their own opinion, and us finding the love in this interaction and continuing to send it. And the light side of Vishuddha or Vishuddhi is that we understand the filters that we have on. We can take them off. We can change the filters. We understand the truth in this situation. We understand the truth of it all. And we're not afraid to change the filter to interact more fully with the situation. And with Anya or Agnya, our intuition, our insight, we're seeing the interaction of the energy, how the responses are in the other person. We see it so much, we're also predicting it. We see how they're reacting to what we're doing, and we modify our behavior consciously. Maybe even we ingrain it into us that we're just interacting with them based on our true nature, and it brings out the best in them because our insight, we're listening to them, we see them with our eyes, and we see them as their inner being sees them. And then we don't, this non-attachment, this thought, it is what it is. These two are combined. All three of these. The higher thought form, Vijnana Maya Kosha, is about it is what it is and interacting and playing with it. But as we appreciate it is what it is when we receive something, we're also going out with the knowledge that it is what it is, and I see all the energy and I can perceive it any way that I choose, and I can act any way that I choose, and I am a positive influence. I'm an aligned influence on my creative ability, on my rulership of myself, my conscious mind, my domain, my awareness of the people around me. It's not like I'm the puppeteer and I'm controlling. I am consciously ruling over my own actions. I'm consciously ruling over my own thoughts. I am engaging in the positive thoughts. I'm engaging in my positive actions. Aren't we back to Humata, Hukta, Huvarsta? I got it right that time. Of the good thoughts, good words, or good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. Okay? Or good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. We can go either way with that. They got nothing. As we embody, as we embody the energy of our inner being, as we allow it to be present with us in a low energy state, mapping to the state of an atom. Electrons can go into a high energy state or a low energy state, and we're now in, they call it the ground state. We're now achieving the restful state of rulership, the peace of it all. We're making peace with ourselves. We're making peace with our kingdom. We're making peace with everyone else's kingdom. We're achieving harmony. Kotutu ura ana achita tatara arsanahata katita harata. Kutu utanaha sasira. Kachita arata atita hatara arahanaka ayatohorota. Okay, now that it's queued up, somehow it reset, so I had to go all the way in. And let's see, I'm still recording. No technology fault so far. So I invite you to slow it down. Whether you lie down or sit in seated meditation, or if you're doing a moving meditation, whatever is in your pleasure. As we slow things down, as we focus our awareness on our breath, as we consciously slow down our breath and deepen our breath, as we consciously slow down and deepen our exhale, as we listen to the sound of our in-breath, as we listen to the sound of our out-breath, as we feel the cool air as we breathe in, as we feel the cool air, the warm air on our out-breath. As we train our dog, uturo unata atara harata, as we train our breath. As we feel how it feels to breathe in. As we feel how it feels to breathe out. As we feel our rib cage expand on the in-breath. As we feel our rib cage release on our out-breath. And a few more breaths on your own. As we begin to cultivate an environment for meditation, an environment of ease and peace. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart center is our holy fire, Nioroto Ohotoro Hakatara Hataha, our highest source of consciousness, Nekatara Atanata Arhatita. And every breath that we take with intention, the Aryashahatoto fans the flames of our holy fire, and increases our bright light. As we invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around us all, in every way, and everywhere, in every way, and everywhere, in every way, and everywhere, and everyone, effortlessly, naturally, completely. And we ask the holy fire to only allow in that which is for our highest good and the highest good of all. And let us start the divine flow if you have not done so already. Let us take the holy fire from our heart center and move it up through the chakras, embodying this energy in each of our chakras, up through Vishuddha, through Ajna, through Sahasrara, up into Vyapini, and up into, through all the realms, and entering into the highest source of consciousness, where there is no ego, where there is no judgment, where there is only holy fire, which is unconditional love, which is loving kindness, which is loving compassion, which is loving joy, which is loving harmony, where it always respects free will, and where the power is unlimited. And please remember that this highest source of consciousness exists inside of you. That you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to, if you allow it to happen. Let us bring back more pure holy fire from the pure source of consciousness, unfiltered, without any debris from life, from anyone's life, in any time. And let us bring it down through the ideas of separation of the realms, through the ideas of lifetimes, through the ideas of different moments, and in, through Vyapini, purifying it, rectifying it, unifying it, through Sahasrara, harmonizing it, embodying it, purifying it, through Ajna, purifying it, embodying it, through Vishuddha, purifying it, embodying it, and back into Anahata, our heart center. Thoroughly combining this energy, purifying Anahata, and embodying Anahata. And let us move this energy, this harmonized, embodied purified energy down through the lower chakras, purifying each of them and grounding this energy effectively. So down through Manipura, purifying it, embodying it, down through Svadhisthana, purifying it, embodying it, down through Manipura, purifying it, embodying it, down through Vasundhara, purifying it, embodying it, growing roots down into Mother Earth, down, 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 deep into the heart of Gaia, wrapping these roots around the heart of Gaia, giving her a great big hug, and bringing back her grounded love, up through the root system, through Vasundhara, through Manipura, Svadhisthana, through Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, and back into Anahata, our heart center. Niorocha Ohota, Atakahea, Atiri, Ara, Anataha. Thoroughly combining and embodying this energy. Niarataha, Itokoroto Otoro, Shihiotoro Okanahata Rarata. Let us turn over to our inner being to continue this divine flow without any conscious thought. Atakati tokoro, urohotara, atakanahasiara, atitiariata ata, hatoro, utonana, atakahata harata. And on the out breath, with intention, let us push out this embodied energy from our heart center, out from all of our chakras, out from our physical bodies, out from our auric field, and into every aspect of our awareness. In every way, and everywhere, and every when. Naturally, effortlessly, completely. And now on the in-breath, let us consciously, with intention, pull all of this energy back into our heart center. Bringing our awareness back in, back into our auric field, and pulling the edges of our auric field within, and inside of our physical bodies. And let us shrink our physical bodies and all of the chakras vertically as well. Drawing it all into the heart center. Embodying everything. And let us shrink this down as far as it needs to go, as far as your inner being wishes it to go. Niarya shohotoro utadada hisa aya akatarata. Now the process is for the meditation, is we will start out with one Aum, the primordial sound of the universe. We will chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times on the 8 count. using the mala of joy. The default audio track will keep count, so will I. It'll let us know when we move up through the chakras, and I will raise my hand. All of the chakras are unified and embodied, so we will just switch the ideas. The default audio track will let us know when we were on the last one. And at the end, we will close out with one Aum. Dioroso Hotoro Hakatadara Hitatara. And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Starting off with Vasundhara, and a breath in to chant.
Om Mani Padme
Atakaharata Ahe Atoro Hokonono Hotoro Harataha Ishaheka Atataharati Taha
Padme
Atakaharati Hitara Haritahana Atoro Hokotoro Honata
Om
Atoro
Mani
Hojiariata
Padme
Anatakahatara Ata Atoro Okona Atiariata Asha
Mani
Atukoro to Osha
Om
Isa Anata Atara Arakayata Ara Arshaya Atanata
Mani Padme Om
Atoro Okotora Atana Akata Itoro Okotoro Aranata Ata
Mani
Isha
Padme
Akata Ariata Ana Aka Hatoro Okotoro Onata A
Mani
Hatora
Padme
Akahasha Eakahana Ata Hotoro Utahatara Harakahe Isha Hanata Hatara Harakahe
Padme
Hatoro Hokotoro Onoto Aho Hatoro Ohokatatara Harati Harata
Mani
Atahoroto
Padme
Utaharata Hata Atoro Oranata Akasha Irata Atoro Okonata
Padme
Isha Akatara Arakanata Atata Atoto Ota Arata
Mani
Atukuroto Ota
Padme
Atoro Okotora Aranataka Isho Okotoro Otana Atoro Okotona
Padme
Atieri Arata Anaha. Moving up to Muladhara. Haturo Uturo Utuhatara Hana Atitiariara Tahatata Aha Hitoro Uhukunahataraha Atoro Hokotoro Atoro Hokotoro Anata Atata Hatoro Uhukutoraya Atkarataha Atiri Ariaratana Atoro Okotara Arayata Atoro Okoshaya Atiri Ariarata Kanata Ata Atuto Ora Ichuatata Atata Ariarata Kata Atara Arataya Isha Akatari Itora Anata Itoto Ota Atara Araka Hitoro Oto Hutoro Ukanata Atara Arati Hitara Hakiraha Atukoroto Uhota Tiriara Hatoro Okotoro Onata Atara Atitaha Hatoro Hokotoro Hotanata Ichakaharata Hayarata Hatita Atoro Hokotoro Okotana Ichahatara Hartaha Atukorota Atiriara Atoro Okotona Atoro Arakashaya Akatata Atara Itata Atara Arka Atoro Okotara Anata Atata Ariata Itoro Okotoro Arshaya Kamata Itata Arata Akatana. Moving up to Svadhisthana.
Om
Haturo
Mani
huturo utana
Padme
hatita
Hum.
harataha. Atukoroto uhuta. Atire ariata hanata
Om
kaharta.
Mani
Itoto
Padme
uhuturo
Hum.
hatanariara. Atukoroto huturo hata. Aturo
Om
hokotorana haiti
Mani
ariarataha.
Padme Hum.
Hatutu uhuka hatarihita. Atora okotara
Om
aranata ata.
Mani Padme Hum.
Achigararata kiariata ata. Hatoto ora atata araya.
Om
Atakarata a.
Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
okotora aranataka. Icha atari isanaka ajara.
Om
Atoro
Mani
orata a.
Padme Hum.
Atokorota ata. Atoro hotoro unahasa.
Om Mani
Atakarata
Padme
hayarata
Hum.
anahata. Atoto uhuto rahatita harataha.
Om
Atukoroto huturu
Mani
hutana.
Padme
Atiri
Hum.
ariarata hatara arkahana. Aturu ukuturu hutara.
Om
Ichahanata
Mani
harata
Padme
haheraha.
Hum.
Atakarahata. Aturu ukutana. Asiarata atika.
Om Mani
Aturu
Padme
ukutana ta
Hum.
atata atara. Ishanata arieta atata kaya.
Om
Hatoto
Mani
urututa.
Padme
Haturu
Hum.
ukututa ana. Isha akatata atata ata. Isha
Om
atariata
Mani
anaka.
Padme
Haturu
Hum.
utanata. Moving up to Manipura.
Om
Haturu
Mani
uturuta
Padme
anata hatita.
Hum.
Atoro hokotoro hana. Achihereata hanata kahata.
Om Mani
Atoro
Padme
huta
Hum.
atakarataha. Ataharata irata hanata kahata.
Om
Ishahatata harata
Mani
he.
Padme Hum.
Atukorotoho. Atukoreata. Hararata
Om
arashayaka.
Mani Padme Hum.
Achiariarta kanata. Atukoroto urta atiaria.
Om Mani
Ishakatata arata
Padme
ariara.
Hum.
Itukoroto urta. Isha anataka arata.
Om
Itakariata
Mani
anata.
Padme
Atukoro
Hum.
urta nata ata ata.
Om
Atuhoroto uhuna.
Mani Padme
Atakarata
Hum.
hayirata atata ana. Hatoto uhuto rohatara hata.
Om
Atakarana hata.
Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
hokotoro onata atara hata. Itahatata harate.
Om Mani
Atukoroto.
Padme
Utoro
Hum.
hokatara harasha. Itahatata anaka teri. Ishohotoro
Om
hoka.
Mani
Atiri
Padme
ariarta hanata
Hum.
kata. Ishkata tarata. Atukoroto ota.
Om
Ishkarata
Mani
anata
Padme
atata.
Hum.
Isho otoro otanata atata kata. Atoroto
Om Mani
atukoroto
Padme
orata
Hum.
aja atara. Moving up to Anahata.
Om Mani
Atutu hutara.
Padme Hum.
Kijahatara aranataha. Atuhoroto uhoto urahata.
Om
Ichahatata harana
Mani
hakara hera.
Padme Hum.
Atukoroto hota. Atoro hokotoro honata atiriaria.
Om
Hatoto
Mani
uhukata.
Padme
Hashahayaka.
Hum.
Atoro unaha. Atokoroto uta. Hasa
Om
akanata arita
Mani
ata.
Padme
Isho
Hum.
tora arka. Atoro ukotora anata. Icha
Om
atata
Mani
atiariara.
Padme Hum.
Achukoroto utana. Isha ayarata akatara
Om
arata.
Mani
Isho
Padme
okotora
Hum.
nata atara araka. Hitoro hotoro onahata tihiria.
Mani Padme
Hatoro hokotoro onata ata. Hicha atara arakanahe. Otokoroto o.
Mani
Atihiriariata
Padme
hatakara hata. Icha hotoro onahatata atitahara. Echkarata hayarata.
Mani Padme
Ataharata hatitakarayarata. Atoto uata. Atora arashayarka ayarta.
Mani Padme
Atoto orata. Atora okatata anata atita. Isha akata arataya.
Mani Padme Hum.
Atora orana. Atukuroto otata. Isha anata
Mani
akata.
Padme
Atora
Hum.
atakarata. Moving up to Vishuddha. Atoto
Mani
urota.
Padme
Atuhoroto hona. Atoro hokotoro hotana atara. Hitoro utanata harahata.
Mani Padme
Atoro hokotara hanata. Atoro hokotoro hotoro urnahatitaha. Hito
Mani
oro hodarvaha.
Padme Hum.
Kotoro hokanata. Ara arkashaya kata. Hitoro
Mani
okotoro
Padme
hatiariara.
Hum.
Atoro okanata. Isha atara rata aka. Hitiariala.
Mani Padme Hum.
Atoro okotoro ata. Konoto orata atata arata.
Mani Padme Hum.
Atoro okochorota anatara. Hatoro hokotoro hotura.
Mani Padme
Atiari arata
Hum.
hanata. Atoro hokotoro hutana hatataha. Isha hakatara hatanata
Mani
karaha.
Padme Hum.
Atoro hokotoro hutona. Atiri ariarta hanata hatita.
Mani
Hatoro
Padme
hokonoro
Hum.
horata. Ishkono hotoro. Atakarata. Atukoroto orata.
Mani Padme Hum.
Koto orata atata anata. Isha akatari arata ana.
Mani Padme
Hatoro
Hum.
okotora anata atata. Hatoro okotara. Isha akanata
Mani
atota.
Padme Hum.
Arata. Ishkanata arata. Moving up to Anya.
Mani
Atoroto.
Padme
Hotoro
Hum.
hokanata harati. Atoro hokotoro hunata atara.
Mani
Atakarata atita
Padme
harataha.
Hum.
Atakoroto hortoro. Atakariarata anata karatihi.
Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
o tarata kahita harata. Atakoroto huta. Atakarati iriarata
Mani
hanata ata.
Padme Hum.
Hatoro o tanata harita. Atakarata hiaroto hotoro hota.
Mani
Atoro hokana.
Padme Hum.
Atiri ariara tahata. Atakoroto uhuta hatara hartita hata.
Mani
Konoto horota.
Padme Hum.
Atihariarata. Hatakarata atihariarata ha. Utohoroto hatara
Mani
hana.
Padme Hum.
Atakoroto hotoro hona. Atakarata hatitaha. Arakonotoho.
Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
hokotara hanataha. Ichohotoro otanahatata harata. Atukoroto.
Mani Padme
Utuhorotaha.
Hum.
Asa anata atatakarati hita.
Mani
Atukoroto ota.
Padme Hum.
Atoro orata anataka ata. Isha atata arata akata.
Mani
Asho
Padme Hum.
okotorata anata atata. Arturo okotora akaya.
Mani Padme
Ajurata
Hum.
hisata ararataka. Moving up to Sahasrara.
Om
Atuto
Mani
uhutoraha.
Padme Hum.
Ishohotora nata. Itohoroto utoro urakana.
Om
Ichahatata harata
Mani
hateraha.
Padme Hum.
Atokoroto hotora. Ichohoroto uhotana hakayarata.
Om
Ichahatata
Mani
arhatatitaha.
Padme Hum.
Achuhutoraha. Atora orataka. Ishkonoto orata
Om
ayarata.
Mani Padme
Isha
Hum.
akata atariara. Atokorota a. Ashayaka asakata.
Om Mani
Itora.
Padme
Osha.
Hum.
Atakarata ata. Arorosha aka. Ishkonoto orata
Om
ata.
Mani Padme Hum.
Ashayaka atata ata. Aturo rana
Om
hakatiriara.
Mani Padme
Atoroto
Hum.
hota. Itohorata anata atarahata. Ichoto
Om
ohuto nahatar
Mani
haraka.
Padme Hum.
Achuhoroto hota. Atiriariata hanaka ashiriara.
Om
Itoro o
Mani
kahanata
Padme
aratirata.
Hum.
Atoro hokotoro huta. Ashanaka ayata.
Om
Atukoroto
Mani
orata
Padme
atata.
Hum.
Isha anata atara araka. Arko orsha. Isa
Om
akanata
Mani
arata atita.
Padme Hum.
Adoro okotara. Ataka atata atata ata. Isha
Om
asa
Mani
ata
Padme
oto
Hum.
ora hartara. Moving up to Vyapini.
Om Mani
Hutud uhuta.
Padme Hum.
Itoro hokonana. Ishahayata atara arakaheta.
Om
Ichahatata haretaha.
Mani Padme Hum.
Ishkonohotoro. Utuhuroto huta. Itahatata aratihita.
Om
Ishkanhatara
Mani
harakatara
Padme
rati.
Hum.
Aturo utaha. Atukorota atira.
Om
Arashayaka
Mani
atata ata.
Padme Hum.
Asa akata atara. Isha okotoro orana.
Om Mani
Ata atata
Padme
ata.
Hum.
Atoro okotora arara katara arashaya. Ata
Om
atata
Mani
arataka.
Padme Hum.
Atoro otanata. Atoro hokotoro.
Om
Atorata
Mani
atara
Padme
atakanahata.
Hum.
Ashohotoro otanahata hata. Atoro hokotoro hota.
Om Mani
Atiariarata
Padme
hatati
Hum.
itaraha. Hatoro otanata harahitaha. Arahotoro.
Om
Atakarata
Mani
hatitaha.
Padme Hum.
Ishahatata arhatata. Adoro okotata arata.
Om
Atakarata
Mani
arashayaka
Padme
atata.
Hum.
Adoro ora ara. Isha anata ataka ayarata.
Om
Anato
Mani
orata.
Padme
Asha
Hum.
akotoro atata.
Last
ata.
one. Om
Atoto
Mani
orata.
Padme Hum.
Atakarata. Anahata. And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Stay here for as long as you like. Nioroto oroto horariarata. And spend more time in the embodied energy. Nioroto otor hokanata ataraharata. Maybe even pause the video. Niaria shahatur hotokarata. And when you are ready, Niariar shohotoro oronahatakariaratata. Slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now. Orotokorota atariarata. Slowly allow your chakras to go back to where they belong in our physical bodies. Niakatakariarsahatakorohoto. And allow our physical body to go back to where it belongs. Niariarshahatokorohotora. Allow our auric field to go back to where it belongs, along with Vyapini and Vasundara, Naatakariyara Shakatatarara. Maybe invite in some gentle movement, as we increase our awareness. As our awareness leaves our physical body, our present moment. Maybe wiggle some fingers and toes. And not acknowledge our physical bodies, the effect on our physical bodies. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now, and welcome in the new awareness. Still embodied. Even though we're not unified, we're still embodied. Where we can be unified and embodied. I was amused with the first half. I need some more water. We started off with a lot of distraction. Dogs, leaf blowers, lawn mowers. My breathing was affected by all the pollen that was kicked up by the lawn mowing and the leaf blowers. So on my walk home, I'll work on my breath. Other things that were interesting that came about. The whisperers wanted to speak. When the whisperers originally came to me, I knew them as the voice of the Aquarian fire. And if you haven't visited yet, down in the description, at the very bottom of the description, there is a link to aquarianfire.com, where you can read all about Aquarian fire. And simply put, it is effectively utilizing the holy fire in this age of Aquarius, this age of unity, community, and love. And and in the idea of separation, Well, we're not seeing our inner being as this Purusha, this all-pervading consciousness, or the highest source of consciousness, or Titikatakarata, this Pranidhana, this Ishvara, where we're not seeing it as a part of us. That's the voice that's coming from there, from that pure realm. Niarushko Otoro Otaka. In other words, that's when I'm embodying my holy fire, my inner being, my true nature. That voice comes out. In that small space of unity and embodiment. And the louder voice is the conscious mind, my idea of self, of Will Mitchell, but coming from my inner being, because it's not really going through my ego, but it is affected by my conscious mind, my uruta, my egoic or non-focused conscious mind. There we go. They wanted to, the whisperers wanted to speak on the holding of a full set of lungs and the holding of the empty set of lungs. Both harmony states, the harmony of the highest energy state and the harmony of the ground state. Well, you can tell where my conscious mind was influencing my ability to count. Because I was off. I was off on Svadhisthana. I was off on Ajna. I was off on my willpower, my ego, go figure, and then I was off on my intuition and insight because my conscious mind was active. I was telling myself a story, which is interesting. Anyway, sometimes our mind is active and we have to quiet the mind to listen to our inner being. Because sometimes our inner being speaks in whispers. But when we're in that state of calmness and stillness, our inner being speaks loudly to us. Our true nature speaks loudly to us, helping us remove the karmic imprint, helping us remove the debris, helping us remove what no longer serves, helping us create the new us, the new you. And by us sitting in that state, we then bring it more into our conscious awareness, and we bring it more into our life. That is, allowing our inner being to live with us and through us and as us. This loving and compassionate, joyful and harmonious part of you, which is not a part of you, that is the entire you. That's what this whole idea behind this Anandamaya Kosha, you are pure bliss. And it's the whole idea behind this Brahma Vihara, Eirokotoro Utukuru. Your true essence lives in those four aspects of separation. You got dressed, your spirit got dressed to come and have this experience. It put on the koshas so that it could have this rich, contrast-filled experience, so that it can then figure out how to live in this 3D reality naked, without the constraints of the Annamaya Kosha, without the constraints of the Pranamaya Kosha, without the constraints of the Manomaya Kosha, without the constraints of the Vijnanamaya Kosha, Niariyashkoto, living in pure bliss, Ni Ututu Uhuta Atakarata Hirata. One last little thing. They wanted to talk about it for the last few days. Chariot, Iskunonoto, or Merkaba, Itata Arata Heata Kataraskata. Merkaba is a Hebrew word, Niareshko Otora, most famous for Ezekiel and Ezekiel's visions, Neotora Arakanaitikara, because he described it as a chariot came down from the heavens where the wheels were these living beings of fire. Niarata Atakara Araskanahutu, that's you. Niareshko Otorutuko. Literally, they meant the seraphim, which are the living beings of fire. Niariashko Otoko. Hayat is the Hebrew name for it, but that just means the living ones. Niatakatakaryata atara araskananitiariata. You are a living one. You are the living light. You are the living fire. Isahatara arakananta. You are the living consciousness. Ni uturu utanakayata atata. If you choose to be so. Ishvara. I choose to be so. I choose to be the essence of my true nature, my internal light, my internal fire. See, atata atara arakisa atutu uhuruta ata. And one last thing that they threw in there is that this conscious thought of being your inner being, allowing your inner being to move up into your insight and into your mind and into your conscious mind. The universe is still doing all the work, half the work, all the work. We still have to allow it. We can't just be this 100% egoic living thing, because it's not living, because when we're totally egoic, we don't understand, we're not embodying the idea that everything else out there is us. It's not only a reflection of us, it's just us in a different vibration. That's it. It's us in a different vibration, so we're cooperating with us, with many other ideas of us. So why not get on the same page as every other one of us and be conscious about it, be authentic about it, ruling over your agency, ruling over your reality, embodying your reality and the truth that you are cooperating with you. That's the whole part of the embodying of you being the righteous ruler, the conscious chooser. But it doesn't matter what I say, it matters what your inner being just said to you. And maybe they're not going to talk today. Maybe it's not now. Maybe you make your notes both now and you make your notes when you wake up in the morning from dream time, or after you get out of the shower, whenever your mind is telling you what your experience was. Write it out. And it doesn't matter what you write out, because it's not for me. It's not so that you're going to show it to anybody. Maybe you do want to share it to other people, but it's for you. This whole practice here, this whole experience, might be a better way to say it. It's about you. It's about you and you reconciling the differences between you and you. But not in a hard way, not in a difficult way, in a really easy and gentle way. In the way that you go, huh, or or aha. May your life be filled with many aha moments, and many oh yeah moments, or just this big smile And there are no words. Because it doesn't have to be hard. Unless you want to make it hard. It's all up to you. So, me, talked way more than I thought I would today. So I thank you, my friend, for sharing in my highest bliss. Shine on. And make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else?